Now on 4 News Now at 6, a man awaits his murder trial just weeks after posting bail for a weapons charge. The murder of his victim speaking out.
Enjoy a one-day break from the wet weather. I am tracking the next round of snow and rain in the First Alert forecast.
And protesters facing charges from this summer's protests outside of the Spokane ICE office are changing their pleas. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Well, a man is behind bars tonight for allegedly shooting and killing a man early yesterday morning. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. He's charged with second-degree murder. It's the latest in a long list of charges he's faced before. 33-year-old Randy Chaparro was in jail just 2 weeks ago, awaiting trial for unlawful possession of a firearm. He also has many other felony and misdemeanor convictions. Madeline Mullins is live from the Spokane County Jail and shares why Chaparro was released from jail and the possible motive for this murder.
Well, it was just over 2 weeks ago that Chaparro was able to pay his $4,000 bond and be released from jail while he awaits trial on gun charges. Today, I heard from the victim's mother in court who says Chaparro should never be able to be released from jail again.
My son was an innocent child and he didn't deserve to be murdered.
It was early Monday morning when Randy Chaparro allegedly showed up here at the Kensington Court Apartments near 2nd and Division. At the time, there were 4 people at the apartment, including the victim, Robert D'Annunzio. One witness told police that when she arrived with the suspect and went to hug the victim, Chaparro pulled out a gun and shot him in the face. She also told police that the day before, Chaparro mentioned that he wanted to kill someone. Court documents say that Chaparro left the scene and was arrested later that day at the Redpath Apartments.
And I think that he should pay the consequences for all of his actions. He's a violent person and he is a threat to the society and he should not be bailed out or any kind of release.
Today in court, the prosecuting attorney brought up Chaparro's lengthy criminal history. His most recent arrest was back in September for unlawful possession of a firearm that he was awaiting trial for.
He's got 6 adult felonies, including the attempted residential burglary, manufacturing controlled substance, attempted assault in the 2nd degree by strangulation, domestic violence, unlawful imprisonment, domestic violence, assault 2 with a deadly weapon, and unlawful possession of a firearm.
And given all those prior convictions, the judge today set bond at over $5 million. Now, Chaparro is set to go to trial for that weapons charge in January, and his arraignment for the murder charge will be on Thursday. Live in Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, we have new developments to share about the ICE protest that took place in Spokane back in June.
3 of the people charged with trying to injure federal officers during that protest will change their pleas to guilty. Former Spokane City Council President Ben Stuckert will change his plea next Monday. Mickey Hatfield has a change of plea hearing scheduled for Wednesday, and Colin Muncy will change his plea December 9th. Stuckert and Hatfield were among 9 people charged in connection with the protest. Stuckert is accused of blocking the pathway and the door to the transport bus. Federal agents say Hatfield, Muncy, and others placed objects in front of doors to keep agents and detainees from leaving the facility. There's no further information in court files about whether the original charges will be modified as part of a plea agreement. The family of a man who died in the Spokane County Jail in 2023 is suing the county and Multicare.
Attorneys say the jail refused to admit Spencer Worth because he had been hit by a car and needed medical attention. So he was taken to Multicare Deaconess Hospital instead. According to the lawsuit, the hospital treated Worth like an overdosing addict and ignored signs like low blood pressure and a racing heart. Attorneys say he was never seen by a doctor. The next day, Worth collapsed in his cell in the jail's medical unit. His attorney maintains deputies ignored his medical alert calls. We're following this story closely and are waiting to hear back from Worth's attorney.
Contractors working in Kitsap County found 10 live grenades and other explosive devices in a home they were renovating. The workers immediately called the homeowners, who were living somewhere else while the place was getting renovated. Kitsap County Sheriff's deputies responded and, after carefully inspecting that case, notified the Washington State Patrol's bomb technicians. So an explosives team was called to the scene. All of those explosives have been secured now, but deputies are still trying to figure out how they got there. The homeowners said they had recently purchased the home and had not seen the grenades before.
All right, you're looking at some snowy footprints across One Spokane Stadium as there are still some traces of last night's snow outside. And this morning it created some slick roads for commuters. So many of us are wondering if we're in the clear yet.
I know. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is tracking our next round of precipitation and why we could see another icy commute to work.
That's right. Well, temperatures today have not gotten above freezing, so we are looking at some icy spots. The treated roads are in pretty good shape, but any side roads expect to find ice, and we're going to add some freezing fog to that scenario. Our low temperatures tonight, it's going to be one of the coldest nights we've had so far this winter, which isn't saying much. We've had some very mild nights, but we'll be down to 21 in Deer Park, 24 degrees in Meade, 27 in Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, as well as Coeur d'Alene. Around the region, temperatures generally below freezing. Just one exception, and that's Lewiston at 36. We already have some fog forming down on the Palouse tonight, and that will spread into the Columbia Basin and the West Plains in the overnight. We will start to clear that out as we get into tomorrow morning, but the freezing fog will be left behind on the roadways for the morning commute. So just assume any wet roads are frozen and watch out for those sparkly streets. They're pretty, but they are icy. Wednesday's planner, we are going to have a gray day, a low clouds and fog, a hallmark winter day in Spokane. 36 degrees for our high, 36 is average. I'll be back to tell you about that next round of wet weather on the way for Thursday in your 7-day forecast.
All right, Chris, thank you. Overnight snow hit the inland Northwest, creating slick roads and a tough morning commute for many.
You might be like many others, myself included, realizing that you've put off getting those winter tires for way too long. Let's get to Hunter Bertram live tonight. So, Hunter, how are the tire shops doing?
Kirsten, one word I heard all day long: chaos. Some shops even telling me it's more than a day's wait to get some winter tires put on. And unfortunately, the longer you wait, excuse the ambulance behind me, the longer you wait, more likely it's going to cost you more, or you'll end up in a winter mess yourself. These tire shops are really on a roll today.
Yeah. How's it been? Chaos.
After a quiet spell from mild temperatures, the overnight snow has sent customers flooding into Perfection Tire in North Spokane.
A lot of people, it wasn't on their mind until we got the cold, and usually that happens weeks ago. So it's very condensed. It's very chaotic in that sense.
They're expecting to swap tires on over 60 cars by day's end.
Snow tires and good tires are unfortunately not cheap. And it hurts this time of year with Christmas and all, but it's definitely a better avenue than having to see your local body shop.
Our crew spotted spinouts and fender benders all morning. And with the rush, inventory is taking a hit despite constant tire shipments.
Get it done, the sooner the better. That way you have options. Otherwise, you might not have the most ideal situation.
Fewer options could mean paying more or settling for less. To avoid this, shop around. Check online for stock, compare prices and incentives, and call ahead to avoid blowing your gasket.
So make sure you have good tires. That is the key of surviving winter and being able to go the speed limit instead of going 10 miles an hour in a 45.
Right, and if you can't afford tires this winter, just make sure when you hit the road you give yourself plenty of room, even if the roads look dry. Live in Spokane, I'm Hunter Bertram for News Now.
All right, students in the Moses Lake School District will not be returning to school tomorrow due to the ongoing teacher strike. According to the Moses Lake School District, the district and the Moses Lake Education Association are currently in the bargaining phase. The superintendent tells us the district is currently reviewing a proposal the Education Association put forth this afternoon. During this time, school buildings will remain closed to the public. The district says it will continue serving school meals and do its best to continue athletics and activities for students.
Spokane Public Schools wants to have its own fleet of buses by 2028. The district says it will save money buying its own buses instead of contracting with another company. So right now they contract with the company Zoom to provide bus services. SPS has contracted the use of buses for the last 50 years. New state laws require the district to give contracted bus drivers similar benefits to other school district employees, driving up costs for the district. So over the next few years, the district says it needs to buy 125 25 school buses for its own fleet. The district is also looking for land to build a transportation hub to store all of them.
We move in-house, there's some things that we may do different, and those are the things that we're modeling out now so that we have the best plan and the best approach moving forward that's going to create the highest level of cost efficiency to the school district.
Superintendent Dr. Adam Swinyard says it will use state funding to buy land for the district's transportation hub. The district's board of directors will discuss authorizing over $32 million to buy new school buses at tomorrow's meeting. Today, the Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against Washington's Secretary of State, Steve Hobbs.
The department wants the state to hand over complete voter registration information. The DOJ wants a federal judge to compel the state to hand over voters' full names, dates of birth, residential addresses, and even their state driver's license numbers or the last 4 digits of their social security numbers. 4 News Now reached out to Hobbs' office for comment. You can find all the details on this story on our website, KXLY.com. All right, still to come, we have another lawsuit to tell you about.
Costco is taking the Trump administration to court over tariffs, and the retail giant wants its money back if the Supreme Court rules against the duties.
And the Spokane Fire Department is responding to fewer overdose calls. What's behind this negative trend seen around the nation?
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Why aren't you guys using your canvas cars?
Just lazy.
Well, you better start using it soon. We got a huge giveaway coming up.
What is it, a 24-karat hot tub?
What is it, a timeshare on Mars?
What is it, a llama with a driver's license?
That's better.
Well, is the llama also a personal chef? Because I feel like there may be hygiene concerns.
Okay, there is no llama.
When tragedy strikes, don't trust just anyone. Call your local appliance experts at Fred's Appliance. Right now, all LG appliances are on sale. Save big on ranges, dishwashers, and laundry sets. Shop smart appliances like this LG fridge, on sale for $15.99. At Fred's Appliance, we have in-stock get-it-today inventory so you can get your dessert plans back on track. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
We wanted to switch to T-Mobile to make sure that we have better coverage.
T-Mobile is now the best network. And with T-Satellite, we're connecting millions of people in places no carrier tower can reach.
I signed up for T-Satellite to give me peace of mind as a mom that makes life better knowing that it's there when we need it.
Upgrade to the best network. Right now, T-Mobile will pay off 4 phones up to $3,200. Plus, hook you up with 4 new phones on us. Switch today.
Winter's creeping in. Is your heating system ready for the challenge ahead? Don't let an unexpected equipment failure or high energy bills impact your comfort this holiday season. At Bills, our comprehensive maintenance can discover problems before they start, giving you peace of mind to focus on what matters most. For a limited time, you can schedule a tune-up for only $59. Call us at 208-777-5528 and schedule today.
For the children and staff of Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, who are up there, we're going to bring a little Christmas joy down here for the annual lighting ceremony at Cowley Park. The 4 News Now Extreme Team making spirits bright. Brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back. The Spokane Fire Department says over the last few months, it's responding to fewer overdose calls.
The health district says it's seeing a similar trend across the county. Derek Strom is in studio to break down the numbers and explain what might be helping this issue.
Derek Kirsten, Spokane Fire, says it's responding to just over 110 calls for overdoses per month since the beginning of September. That's about 50 less on average than any other month this year. The Spokane Regional Health District says it's seeing a similar trend across the county. The county's averaging 237 EMS responses to suspected overdoses per month so far this year. But during September and October, the county averaged less than 170 per month.
And then we saw a similar trend in our ED visit data. We also saw a decrease in ED visits for opioid overdose in September and October. So that's helpful to see that in two different data sources. And again, the ED visit data was below what we saw on average for the past 12 months. So.
The Regional Health District says naloxone is also being given to people before EMS arrives at the highest rate since it started tracking that in 2019. The Regional Health District will continue to update its opioid dashboard every month to track if this trend will continue. Fire Chief Tom Williams says this could be a sign that regional efforts to reduce overdoses are working. In studio, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Okay, some good signs there. Derek, thank you. Landlords in Spokane can no longer use digital algorithms to set their rent prices.
Yeah, the Spokane City Council passed a new ordinance last night blocking them. During early discussions, city staff cited claims that the software enables collusion and inflates housing costs. The Tenants Union of Washington State says these programs maximize landlord profits but create vacancies in buildings because tenants can't pay the rent increases. The City Council hopes this ordinance will help address the housing crisis in Spokane.
We need to deter these types of practices if we are going to make sure that we get people in houses. Housing is a human right.
The ordinance passed 5-2 with council members Michael Cathcart and Jonathan Bingle both voting no. Housing market conditions like low affordability and high interest rates are shaping the way many young Americans think about their finances.
New data shows that in 2024, the share of 25-year-olds who used investment accounts was 37% versus just 6% for 25-year-olds a decade ago. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez explains why younger Americans are searching for wealth-building opportunities in the stock market.
For past generations of Americans, owning a home has helped to build wealth. Today, younger Americans are putting their eggs into a different basket, the stock market.
For young investors, that they can continue to buy the dip. And we've seen that playing out with a 6-fold increase in the number of young people who are investing in stocks.
New data from the J.P. Morgan Chase Institute shows over 1/3 of 25-year-olds have investment accounts, all while the average age of first-time home buyers rose to an all-time high of 38 in 2024, according to the National Association of Realtors.
It's a really interesting shift in how Americans are building wealth these days.
George Eckert, research director of the J.P. Morgan Chase Institute, says the shift began in 2022 after the rise in home prices impacted housing affordability.
If you don't have what it takes to make a down payment and handle monthly mortgage expense with interest rate at 30-year fixed above 6% and high home prices, then your options are relatively limited.
Part of the reason younger Americans may be more optimistic about the stock market could be because of a lack of long-lasting downturns in recent years.
If you haven't seen a significant downturn, it might feel like, this is a kind of one-way directional game.
In terms of what the future could hold for young Americans' financial decisions, Eckert says interest rates will be a significant factor as they may decline more than home prices. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
This evening, we are going to stay dry, but the fog will continue to develop through the evening. Temperatures holding steady right around 30 degrees before they drop down into the 20s by tomorrow morning. There's more wet weather, in fact, a lot of wet weather to tell you about in the 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
Post Falls ER and Hospital, open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
Mira Joy, the overwhelming relief after Miralax helps you go. Miralax works naturally with the water in your body. Miralax, free your gut to free your mood.
For more fiber per serving than any other gummy, try Mira Fiber.
Ring in the holiday season and unwrap the winnings at the Kootenai Casino in Bonners Ferry. Santa's got you on his list for 12 days of giveaways and a New Year's Eve countdown to cash. Warm up with December room rates starting as low as $59 a night midweek. And we'll even include 2 free breakfast vouchers with your stay. It's time for Holly Jolly Jackpots. Come stay and play at the Kootenai Casino. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY for details or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Holiday shopping is easier in Spokane Valley. With hundreds of stores and free parking, finding the perfect gift is a breeze. From fashion to footwear, journals to jewels, there's something unique for everyone on your list. From gear that lasts, hobbies that cast, and toys that go fast, Spokane Valley has you covered. Winding down at the end of the day has never been more filling or fun. Shop Spokane Valley, your holiday shopping packaged perfectly.
4 News Now and BECU are teaming up to welcome in some fun and friendly holiday spirit. Send us a picture of your pet decked out for the holidays, and you could win a $100 gift card to a local pet store courtesy of BECU. Details at kxly.com/holidaypets.
Everyone's waiting for Avatar Fire and Ash. But before it opens, James Cameron and the cast are live on GMA this week. And go with Ginger, not just behind the scenes, but in a scene. Ta-da! Directed by James Cameron himself.
No pressure.
On Good Morning America.
Well, it is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, known to many people as Giving Tuesday.
It comes after Black Friday shopping and Cyber Monday, and it's a day to give back. Some people in Pennsylvania are giving back to their community with cookies. More than 3,300 people from the Wedding Cookie Table Community Facebook group gathered at their local fairgrounds this weekend with one goal.
We hope to establish a world record. Right now there is not one, but I think we'll establish one today. We're doing everything we can with the paperwork and trying to do it right.
Event organizers say at least 80,000 cookies were exchanged. People showed up from across the U.S. and even as far away as New Zealand. It's unclear right now when they're going to announce if the world record was set. Still an A for effort if you've got 80,000
80,000 is
That's amazing.
Yeah.
They look good, too.
We did a little cookie exchange at my friend's giving over the weekend, and my friend Lance brought these chocolate ones with the powdered sugar on top. I'm still kind of hoarding a couple of them.
Oh,
maybe Lance should make some more for us.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Lance watches. He's probably watching right now.
Lance. I could talk about cookies all evening, but I suppose we should talk about some weather because we have a little bit of a lull, but things are going to pick up again. It's 30 degrees in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene with overcast conditions, and we never did get above freezing today in Spokane, so those wet roads have remained frozen. 31 our high, 36 is our average high, and we started the day off at 28. Very short thermometer. That is common this time of year, especially anytime we have the low clouds and fog. There's our sunset time, 4 o'clock. It only gets 2 minutes earlier. The earliest our sunset is at 3:58. That's coming up soon enough. Watch for slick spots. Here are 4 things to know about your weather, not only from some of the wet roads refreezing, but also areas of freezing fog. Tomorrow morning, we will be in the low clouds for a gray Wednesday. Then we have a wintry mix of precipitation moving in on Thursday. Any snow accumulation that we may see in the valleys is going to be light and fairly short-lived because we are going to be warming up by the weekend and then really warming up next week. Tomorrow's highs will be above freezing throughout the region, 30s and 40s, 45 in Lewiston, 41 in Grand Coulee, and 40 in Omak, 38 tomorrow in Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, Post Falls, and Liberty Lake, 37 in Spokane Valley, as well as Meade, and 37 in 9 Mile in Spangle as well. Our high temperature trend over the next 7 days will stay in the mid-30s through Thursday and then start to warm up Friday, 38. Then we're into the 40s, mid-40s Sunday and Monday, upper 40s by Tuesday of next week. And with a chance of precipitation every day from Thursday on, as you can imagine, we're going to see more rain than snow in our 7-day forecast. Tracking our weather pattern, we're in a northerly flow right now, keeping things cool today as well as for the next couple of days. We'll be in the 30s. Here's Wednesday, 24 hours from now at 6 o'clock, starting to see a system dropping down out of Canada by Thursday morning, bringing some snow up along the Canadian border, but mostly rain through the Columbia Basin. And then here's 3 o'clock on Thursday, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene going from the blue to the pink to the green, that rain-snow mix across the region. We have a warm front coming through. However, by Friday morning, we're going to transition mostly just over to rain before we dry out on Friday evening. We have more wet weather coming, though. Rain on Saturday with a high of 42. More rain for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Overnight lows will be right around freezing, so there may be brief periods where you see some snow mixing in, but there'll be no shoveling pretty much after the potential for some light accumulations on Thursday. Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. Costco is joining several other major companies in suing the Trump administration over tariffs. Supreme Court justices heard arguments in the tariffs case last month when the Trump administration imposed sweeping duties on U.S. trade partners. They have not said when a ruling will be made, but Costco says this legal move is needed in order to secure a full refund in case the Supreme Court rules the administration was in the wrong. If the Supreme Court agrees with the federal court that the tariffs are illegal, the Trump administration could have to make amends. It's not clear how or whether already paid duties would be refunded.
Well, if you're looking for a seasonal job to make some more money for the holidays, it may be harder to come by this year. A recent survey by the National Retail Federation found stores are expected to hire fewer workers this holiday season, up to 40% less. And that's not just bad news for employees seeking extra cash. It also means holiday shoppers won't have as much help in stores. Retail experts say overall staffing levels have also changed this year. Fewer full-time employees are quitting their jobs, which means there's not as much of a need for seasonal workers. This flu season is bringing a concerning twist.
A mutated strain threatens vaccine effectiveness as the holiday travel season approaches. Coming up, doctors reveal additional steps to protect against the new subclade K strain.
And doctors are warning there are negative health consequences that come with giving your kids a smartphone too early. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Disney's The Lion King. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Eastern Washington University is the region's polytechnic. And that means we don't do things like everyone else. We put hands-on learning at the forefront of everything we do. Our polytechnic plays trumpet, learns applied ethics, and studies humanities and education. It powers the research centers that give our STEM graduates an edge in the workforce. We are your Eastern Washington University, the region's polytechnic.
Across our region, veterans and military families make our communities stronger. Numerica supports those who have served.
Numerica's Heroes Fund meets the needs of veteran and military families, from housing and health care to programs that build stability and hope.
The Vets on Lacey Project will provide 12 safe and stable homes for veterans who have experienced homelessness. Numerica's $50,000 Heroes Fund grant makes all of that possible.
Through the Heroes Fund, Numerica is proud to turn gratitude into action by standing beside those who stood for us.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's sales event time.
Featuring Bronco and Bronco Sport with standard 4x4 capability.
Great time to buy.
Gather round and discover how Goat Moats goes over any type of terrain.
Like rocks.
And over snowy hills.
It's a winter wonderland. That's Wander with an A.
Lease a Bronco Sport for $299 a month for 36 months. Or a Bronco for $369 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged to perfection for 5 weeks and never frozen. Oven ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast, tied and seasoned at your request. Reserve yours now, exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
When it comes to taking care of your car, trust the family-owned service department that puts you first. At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we don't just fix cars, we keep your family safe on the road. With no hidden fees or surprise charges, you'll always know exactly what you're paying for. And with us, you only pay a 6% tax on parts, never on labor. Come to Coeur d'Alene Honda, where quality service meets honest pricing every time. Call us to schedule an appointment today.
All right, welcome back. Spokane's beloved Christmas Tree Elegance is back for its 43rd year. The 13-day event benefits the Spokane Symphony and showcases amazing Christmas tree displays you can enter to win. Some of the trees are already on display at the Davenport Hotel and at River Park Square. The event runs through December 14th. We'll be showing you many more of the festive trees and let you know how you can enter to win tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest. All right, for many kids this Christmas, there will be a smartphone waiting for them under the tree.
But doctors are warning parents to make sure your child is old enough for the responsibility because there are health risks associated with young kids and screen time. New research finds children who get smartphones before the age of 12 face higher risks for depression, obesity, and sleep problems. A study in the Journal of Pediatrics shows the younger the child when they first get a phone, the greater their risk for developing these health issues. Researchers found most kids already have smartphones by the age of 12, with the average age being 11.
We need to be thinking about their health, online exposure, potential addictive behavior, and how owning a smartphone might affect their long-term health.
While smartphones offer benefits like connectivity and access to information, doctors do recommend parents set rules to limit harm. They suggest no phones at dinner or bedtime and ensuring that kids participate in activities without screens. The study shows only a strong association with phone use and health conditions, not a direct cause. Well, law enforcement agencies are now partnering with Amazon to prevent porch pirate thefts this holiday season. Sheriff's offices across the country are reporting a spike in people stealing deliveries, especially over the Thanksgiving weekend. Deputies say thieves know when packages are being delivered and they target your home accordingly.
Could be a gift for a loved one or a medication that you were waiting for or medical equipment. I've heard it all.
So experts recommend tracking your packages and using Amazon's map tracking to bring deliveries inside quickly. The share tracking feature lets you send updates to trusted neighbors or family members. And you can also request that drivers leave packages in hidden locations away from the street. Well, we have another update from Mark Peterson and the Extreme team coming up next.
Today, Journey linemen with Vista went way up in the trees to string lights in Cowley Park. A look at their work on the 10th year of making spirits bright when we come back.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Sanja loves to bake cupcakes or cookies, but her feet, they were throbbing. Then one day, I found a solution. Arch supports from the Good Feet store.
Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Landowners in the Inland Northwest know when it comes to power, performance, and reliability, nothing beats a Coyote tractor from Jordan Sales and Service. Family owned and trusted for over 25 years, Jordan Sales and Service helps you tackle any property with Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, UTVs, and skid steers built for real work. Our full-service parts and service department keeps your Coyote tractor running strong every season. Visit Jordan Sales and Service, your home for Coyote tractors and unbelievable hometown service.
If you've been in a wreck with a big truck, you can bet the trucking company has a lot of lawyers working for them. That's when you call Russell & Hill to make sure you get all the money you deserve.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Coeur d'Alene Honda has been here since 1968, owned and operated by the same family for over 57 years.
A lot's changed in 57 years. The way we treat our customers hasn't.
Check out our reviews. With a 4.7 rating, it shows we really care.
Here at Coeur d'Alene Honda, all of our new and select pre-owned Hondas come with our free nationwide lifetime warranty.
If you're looking for that perfect vehicle, we've got you covered.
We work with local credit unions and lenders to get you the best rate possible.
I just got approved with no money down.
Don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
from downtown Spokane. This is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, Mark Peterson and the Extreme team are working hard to add some holiday cheer to the trees in Cowley Park.
It's day 2 of this year's Making Spirits Bright project, and today, those without fear of heights had their time to shine. Here's Mark with a look at their progress so far.
Another big day for Avista as they're in the trees getting the lights hung, and it's always been an experience for these guys, and this year we had a return engagement with Cole, and he likes it.
Actually ended up being very enjoyable. I enjoyed it. It was fun working with the guys up in the bucket. It's more relaxed from day-to-day work.
One of the things that we hear over and over again is such a break from their routine.
Helping out with the community, helping out here, hanging lights in front of the Children's Hospital for the kids. It was fun working with the guys up in the bucket.
Of course, the big question is, will we have a Santa?
I think so. I think there's going to be one, so.
And the answer is yes. We have Santa into the truck, waving at the kids, also helping put the lights up. And of course, with years of experience, we get to see their lineman skills as it's put to the test with Christmas lights.
Been having a blast. This is a lot of fun. I hope we get to do it again next year. So Merry Christmas to you guys.
All right, with Avista at Cowley Park, we're making spirits bright for the 10th year. I'm Mark Peterson and the 4 News Now Extreme team.
I love hearing from those brave guys who are up because, wow, they do some great work, and they said they were having fun. So it won't be long until we see the lights from our sky cam. We're looking at a live look of the pavilion right now, and our weather team is tracking some freezing fog tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and besides impacting visibility, it could make our slick roads even more tricky to navigate. Here's Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to help you prepare.
Yes, that is correct, because we never did get above freezing today. So some of the treated roads are in good shape, but the side roads are still icy, and we're going to be starting off the day tomorrow below freezing with the low clouds and the freezing fog in spots, particularly in those northern sheltered valleys on the West Plains through the Spokane River Valley and the usual locations where that fog will be developing. We will be 30 degrees by 10 o'clock. It's going to be one of those inland northwest winter days where we stay with the low clouds throughout the day. We'll finally get above freezing right around noon, heading to a high of 36, which is just about average. Light winds, gray skies, a 0% chance of precipitation. Anytime we have especially dense fog, you may run into some flurries condensing out of the fog or some light freezing drizzle. I don't think it's going to be thick enough that we're going to see that. We already had our snow for the week. Here's a look at our 24-hour snowfall reports from Monday into Tuesday. At the airport, just over an inch. We had 2 inches of snow in Spokane Valley, almost 2.5 in Moscow. Then things start to jump once we move further north into Idaho. 3.5 in Post Falls, 4.5 in Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint, 5 inches of snow in Athol, and 5.5 in Bayview. We do have some wet weather in the forecast for Thursday. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. People in parts of the Midwest are already shoveling several inches of snow and dealing with dangerous and even deadly road conditions. In the Northeast, people are dealing with the first widespread storm of the winter season. This morning, crews de-iced plains in Rochester, New York. The storm is set to strengthen rapidly into a bomb cyclone and slam the Northeast later this week.
And it's not just wintry weather that could slow travelers down. The TSA finally set the date. You must have a real ID option to fly domestically in the U.S. But there's a new option for travelers trying to fly without one. The new option is called TSA Confirm ID. It's an alternative ID that will cost $45. After it's purchased, it's available for a 10-day travel period, and it would temporarily serve as an official identification for those without a real ID. TSA is also proposing an $18 fee for any travelers trying to pass through airport checkpoints without one. The FAA is warning major airlines about possible violations during the government shutdown.
The Trump administration began limiting flights at 40 major airports on November 7th. Officials said the cuts were needed to ease pressure on air traffic controllers working without pay. In new letters sent to the airlines, the FAA said some carriers may have exceeded those limits. Violations could bring a fine of up to $75,000 per flight. The agency did not say which carriers received the letters. It only said it's investigating whether certain airlines followed the emergency order.
Well, Mathis Preston emerged as one of the top players in the Western Hockey League.
Spokane Chiefs forward is coming off a season in which he won Rookie of the Year.
We sat down with the star player to catch up with him about his journey on and off the ice. Stick around in sports to hear from the Chiefs star.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Plant Farm.
One night in Memphis, the nationally acclaimed tribute concert featuring Elvis, Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Johnny Cash live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino, Thursday, January 29th.
Winning is just the beginning.
Out here, no one hands you anything. Every chore, every acre, every paycheck, you've earned it all. So, your finances should work as hard as you do. Ascend Checking from P1FCU can earn you 3.5% APY with no monthly fees, no gimmicks, just rewards for the work that you're already doing. Because around here, dividends are for the doers. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend.
This holiday season, you can count on Fred Meyer. You get up high quality and down low prices. Up high quality with our exclusive brands and down low prices on all your holiday needs. Because at Fred Meyer, quality and low prices always come together. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, February 5th. Get your tickets now.
Winning is just the beginning.
Afraid of going to the dentist? How these dogs are being used to comfort patients getting their teeth cleaned.
It reduces the fear, reduces the anxiety.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Sing in the magic of the season with CMA Country Christmas. Country music's brightest stars perform your favorite holiday songs.
Merry Christmas.
CMA Country Christmas, tonight on ABC.
Following a mass exodus of a lot of Spokane's talent to bigger leagues, this year is all about rebuilding and resetting the Chiefs squad. But Mathis Preston, the reigning Rookie of the Year, still feels full steam ahead. We caught up with the Wonder Kid about his expanded role this season.
96,
Mathis Preston does everything fast. From his speedy skating and scores to blitzing to one of the top NHL draft prospects, he can't slow down.
Kind of being more the guy and being the heartbeat on the team is what I've been focusing on, and I like it. I like the pressure.
You know, he's a very competitive individual. You know, which is nice as a coach to have a player that's very competitive.
The British Columbian began his career with Spokane, appearing in 5 games in 2023-24 to then 54 last year, adding in 9 playoff goals for Spokane's run to the WHL Western Conference Finals.
Each year, you know, you got new guys coming in, 16-year-olds, you know, guys that trying to make an impact on the league, whether it's, you know, 18-year-old rookie. I think we've had a few old rookies this year, so I think everyone that's came into our group has bonded really well, and it's been good.
Chiefs legend Shea Van Oel and Berkeley Catton helped shape Preston, and he shares the advice they gave him ahead of this draft season.
I think just enjoying each day and trying to, you know, love the process. You know, I think you got to be present. That's important. You got to be present for your teammates, your coaches, and enjoy the game.
Including those studs and plenty more over the years, head coach Brad Lauer led many to the big leagues, and he sees that same potential in Preston.
He does the little things very well right now at a young age, which is nice to see. And when you see individuals committed to that, success is going to follow that.
I just try and look to him for advice and just be a sponge and learn as much as I can. This is my first time doing it. And
now the 17-year-old tries to pass down his knowledge to the rookies, hoping to pay Spokane's continued success.
When someone just went through it, like for me, it's easier. Like, oh yeah, he just went through it. In this era, he knows what it's like. So I think that's important, and just try and help them.
Pretty cool to get to talk to Mathis. And Washington State men's basketball wrapped up their Maui Invitational tournament at 1-2, beating host Chaminade before consecutive losses to Arizona State and Seton Hall. The Cougs now turn to face the Bradley Braves, a team coming off 3 straight NIT appearances. WSU head coach David Riley spoke about what the team learned from Maui to apply well for this next game and beyond.
We're going to have some time now. We have a few days to really soak that in and make sure we make the proper adjustments and get better from those. And I think now we just got to figure out how to play a little bit more disciplined while also playing hard. And then we got to guard the freaking ball. We're giving up way too many drives and way too many paint touches.
Cougs are underway against the Braves in Peoria, Illinois. Right now, the score is Braves just by a couple. Later in the first half, and actually second half now, game's almost over. I think about 8 minutes to go. So we'll have those highlights in a very tight, good game so far for the Cougs. Could be a lot of fun.
Too many turnovers. Once again, though, that's part of what they got to brush up.
All right, Chris, what's the weather looking like?
Well, we've got some slick spots on the road tonight. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Low clouds and fog. Areas of freezing fog in the morning. A wintry mix arrives on Thursday, and it's going to be warmer by the weekend. I'm going to take you hour by hour through Thursday. A real close look on what to expect after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Kyle with Bill's Heating, here to take a look at your furnace.
I thought you guys were teamed up with Gonzaga. Where's the basketball player?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We do have Davis Fogel on standby.
Standby?
Oh, yeah. Whenever one of us needs him, we just shout his name.
What?
Watch.
Whoa, it's like magic.
Actually, he just made me wait around the corner.
Exactly. It's magic.
Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
Holidays and parties go together like wine and cheese. And who better to serve up the season than Super One Foods during our one-day wine, beer, and cheese sale this Thursday only. Invite your friends, then stock up on select specialty cheeses and a great selection of wine and craft beer, all 20% off. Super One Foods wine, beer, and cheese sale this Thursday only. Let the celebrations begin.
In a town by the lake on a crisp winter night, holiday lights sparkle, a beautiful sight. A cruise to the North Pole, cocoa in hand, a feeling of joy throughout the land. Fireworks bursting, the grand Christmas tree, rooms with treats for both you and me. One December, I just might proclaim, let's move Christmas to Coeur d'Alene.
If you're not regularly treating your septic tank, you're risking a backup and significant repairs. Use Rid-X once a month. Simply add and flush to reduce monthly waste buildup by up to 20% and help prevent backups. Try Rid-X.
4 News Now and BECU are teaming up to welcome in some fun and friendly holiday spirit. Send us a picture of your pet decked out for the holidays, and you could win a $100 gift card to a local pet store courtesy of BECU. Details at KXLY.com/holidaypets.
Save now on Christmas favorites at Buy Mart.
This morning was a winter wake-up call for some drivers across the inland Northwest as the region had its first impactful snowfall of the year.
And it led to messy driving conditions across the region. Here you can see one incident near the Argonne exit on eastbound I-90. Look to your right here, where a rollover crash caused significant backups at around 6 a.m. Emergency responders quickly arrived on scene to manage the situation. And this rollover was one of several crashes sparked by the snowy weather, with several fender benders seen on the freeway and in our snow-covered neighborhoods. So again, we talked about relearning, all those winter driving tips got to be reminded of.
Yeah, and just slow down, The speed limit really doesn't factor in when we're on ice.
No, and I will say we were right at that magic number, 28, 29 degrees, where the roads are especially slick because it melts a little and refreezes, melts a little. So if you did slip, we understand, but we're going to see some icy roads in the morning because of the low clouds and fog, the fog freezing to the roads. Any wet roads that haven't been treated will be refreezing, so just keep a close eye on those wet roads. Let's talk about fog. Starting off at our current time, we've already had some areas of patchy fog down on the Palouse. I put this in red just so it stands out more. Obviously, the fog is not red, but our key up here, the light fog is in yellow, the dense fog is in red, and you can already see some dense fog forming, and it will be showing up in the usual places. Here's early morning 1 a.m. with some dense fog out the West Plains into the Columbia Basin, down into Moses Lake and Othello, and then we'll start to clear out tomorrow morning. Northern valleys, also some fog, but it leaves behind that icy glaze. So we will be keeping an eye on those roads until we get up above freezing. But our morning lows are going to be quite cold. 24 in Spokane, 27 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We'll be down in the 20s in Pullman and St. Mary's, 36 tomorrow morning in Lewiston, one of the few spots that will stay above freezing. In the 20s through the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, close to the teens in Deer Park, 21, 24 tomorrow morning in Meade, as well as Spirit Lake and Airway Heights. Tracking our weather pattern, we have got a system that is coming in for Thursday. We're dry throughout the day Wednesday, and then Thursday, as we get into the morning, we'll start to see some wet weather to the north, and then that moves into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area by mid-morning. Here's 3 o'clock with a mix of rain and snow. We will bring in more rain for Friday and then begin to clear out a little bit Friday evening. I want to do a really close view on this next round of wet weather because I know you probably are some of you a little bit concerned after this morning's commute. 10 a.m. Thursday with some light snow, possibly mixed with rain in North Idaho. By noon, it's a mix of rain and snow through the Spokane River Valley, still mostly snow in North Idaho. By Thursday evening, we begin clearing out, but we have another round of wet weather moving in for Friday. Here's Friday, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., there it goes, 11 a.m., and it is almost all in the form of rain and will stay as rain through the day. So it's going to be a mess, but there's only that little window on Thursday where roads may be a concern, and it's primarily in North Idaho. Friday, we're up to a high of 38 degrees, and then we're into the 40s, deep into the 40s by the weekend, and then we're mostly going to be dealing with rain. What we will not be dealing with, any dry days after tomorrow. Kirsten.
All right. Thanks so much for the warning, Chris. The U.S. may be heading toward another severe flu season driven by lagging vaccinations and a new strain of the virus that's causing early surges in places like the United Kingdom, Canada, and Japan.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to an infectious disease expert about how this strain is different.
It's called Subclade K, a mutated strain of influenza that's causing concern for the weeks ahead as flu season ramps up.
Those few mutations may have some influence in just how effective the flu vaccine is going to be for the current season.
Dr. Daniel Koritskis with Brigham and Women's Hospital says it's still important to get the flu shot this year because he says the latest strain is just one of 3 that typically circulate in a season, and being vaccinated will provide some protection.
And very likely would make any influenza that you might acquire much less severe than if you are unvaccinated.
But it appears many Americans are skipping their flu vaccines this year. Last winter's flu season was severe. The U.S. had its highest rates of flu hospitalizations in nearly 15 years. At least 280 children died of influenza. And with the combination of a new strain and upcoming holiday travel, experts fear this season could be just as bad.
We're just seeing the first signs of increasing influenza activity throughout the country.
Koritskis says it's also important to keep up those personal care measures to protect against flu, like good hand washing. And he says if you do get the flu, there are treatments available.
There are several antiviral medications that are highly effective against influenza but need to be started early in the course of disease.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, before we go to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and so much more when you join today. Get all the perks with a PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, December 5th.
If your bath has seen a lot of life, nobody gives it new life like Bath Fitter. Whatever shape your bath is in, Bath Fitter will transform it with an amazing number of styles and watertight walls that are grout-free and easy to clean. With 40 years of experience, Bath Fitter knows what people want. An affordable remodel that isn't just beautiful, it's guaranteed for life. When it's time to give your bath new life, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
We are bringing caring for the person who is dying back into their own family.
It's all about the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family.
With the necessary supports to assure their comfort, symptom management, and accompaniment as they walk through those final days that for many can be very scary. With caring support can really be the fullness of living as a person dies.
Christmas Tree Elegance 2025 brings 16 exciting trees worth up to $4,999 December 2nd through 14th at the Davenport Hotel and River Park Square.
We want a tree, and so can you.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shop the Valley. We're packaged perfectly.
Dry tomorrow, but the low clouds and fog will be with us. There's wet weather on the way Thursday into Friday in a variety of forms. Then it's all rain for the weekend and beyond.
All right, you've probably seen or heard of bell ringers outside of stores during the holidays. Well, in Pueblo, Colorado, there's one very special bell ringer. This is 3-year-old Pongo, and he has been ringing bells for the Salvation Army since 2023. And since then, the goat has averaged more than $1,000 in donation to the Salvation Army mission. I mean, how can you not?
Yes.
When he's out there ringing that bell.
There has to be a goat here in the Inland Northwest who might be interested in such a job.
We should ask our friends at Salvation Army if they might be able to recruit.
It's a brilliant idea.
All right, thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you tonight at 11 for Nightside.